I'm so proud of you. You got into the Faculty of Education. Aren't you excited? What are your courses like?
Yes, I'm excited to learn how to teach. There's this one course I'm a little worried about though. I don't know how I'll do because I haven't taken the subject in such a long time. Plus, I was never the best at it.
Which subject is it? I know you too well. I'm going to assume it's math. I might be wrong though.
Yeah, I have so many bad experiences. I don't think I can remember any great ones.
Really? That's surprising to me. I always thought you did well in school. Let's have a seat and chat about it.
I remember where it all began, in Mr. M's grade 2 classroom. I know it happened so many years ago, but I can remember it vividly, as if it happened yesterday.
Students, today we're going to be learning about money. I expect you all to know what I'm talking about. I know you know what money is. Anna Maria, can you please come up to the board or explain to the class how you would make $1?
Okay, Mr. M, but I don't know what you mean. Do you want me to draw one big circle? Or dots?
What are you talking about? You should know what I mean. I want you to come to the board and draw what $1 looks like in coins.
How would you want me to draw it? I don't understand.
But you should. Haven't you ever seen a quarter before? That's ridiculous. You've got to be kidding me.
I apologize.
Whatever, it's not like you'll need to know about this essential skill anyways. Can anyone else in the classroom come to the board?
That must have been horrible. I can't believe that happened to you. You must have felt so embarrassed.
Yeah, well, I learned from that experience.
What did you learn? I swear I probably would have taught his class much better than he did. He seemed like such a miserable individual. Teaching students in math can't be that hard.
It's kind of funny how we all assume we know how to be teachers already. Any adult could probably enter a classroom tomorrow and act like a teacher because we share this idea or understanding of what it means to be a teacher. We each know what to expect and what roles to play because we already have a mental picture of what being a teacher is like. But teaching is more about whether learning is occurring.
So, are you saying you plan on being a teacher like Mr. M?
Absolutely not. Teaching is much more complicated. There are many other factors involved is what I meant. I think the reason why I enjoyed other subjects as opposed to math was due to the types of emotions that I experienced. Studies on brain research have shown that emotions and cognition are intertwined. Emotions can affect how well we store and recall information. I will need to be a positive influence. The attitude I have towards the subject will impact the way I will teach it in my classroom. I think I'm just going to try my best to get over my math anxiety. Plus, I would never humiliate my students. I don't want them to ever have any negative experiences in my classroom.
Why didn't he let you approach the task the way you wanted to?
I believe that Mr. M assumed that there was only one correct way to express the answer. For many individuals, they view mathematics as having only one optimal or appropriate procedure. I could have been taught how to use tools such as manipulatives to visualize and solve the problem. All of the students in my classroom could have cooperated and represented the task in many different ways to demonstrate our thinking. This would have encouraged and reinforced a healthy active learning environment in which various approaches should be expected, shared and valued.
Let's continue to brainstorm some ways you can see this can be done differently. Maybe we can do that for each of the experiences you've had. Look at the positive and reflect on the negative.
I'm going to have to find ways to fall in love with math, I guess. I've had more positive recent experiences. I just think that I would have benefited from a classroom where my instructor provided information if he presented it innovatively in an active classroom and tried to better understand the mathematics he was teaching from the perspective of me, the student. I believe that achievement or any amount of success can be attained if student learning is promoted.
What does that mean? I think it's safe to assume that teaching is something that has been stable over time. I can barely notice any changes in the ways that teachers have taught math throughout the years. Remember how much we hated math in high school, though? I always said it was because of the way it was taught.
Sometimes teachers fail to present alternatives to what they are doing in the classroom. I must admit that I believed that teaching was just the way it was. We need to be aware that there are other methods of conducting our teaching and facilitating learning in the classroom. When we do so, we can make better choices. Do you remember, Miss C? I barely passed that course.
Don't exaggerate, Anna Maria. You were way too hard on yourself. Students, this is university-level math. I anticipate and expect that you all have been exposed to this material in the past. I don't have a minute to spare. If you can't keep up, then you probably shouldn't be in this stream. You are here because you are academic students.
Ms. C, may I have a moment to speak with you?
Sure. After I am finished addressing the class, you are welcome to approach my desk.
Ms. C, I am not understanding any of the material. I feel as if I am falling so behind. I know I have missed a few lessons due to the flu, but even then, I feel as if I can never keep up. The marks I'm getting don't reflect the effort I put in.
How would you like me to help you, and why is it that you feel this way? Have you been attending math lab after school? Do you know what math lab is? It's an after-school math homework club.
I have been going almost every single day. I don't know why I'm not improving. I complete my homework, I ask questions, I repeat the procedures several times, and yet I'm getting a 60% in this class. That's probably the lowest grade I've ever gotten.
I hope you know that the current grade average is 60%. I don't know what I can do. I post the problem and I present the solution. The procedures are very simple. You may just need to practice some more in your spare time.
Okay, thank you, Ms. C.
By the way, I have posted the marks for the last test online. You should check them if you wish.
Oh my God. This cannot be happening. I failed. How am I going to explain this to my parents? What am I going to do? Dad is going to kill me. Mom, I really need to discuss with you something. I've been trying my best to handle this situation on my own, but I can't handle it anymore.
Sure. What's wrong, honey?
I'm failing math. I don't know what to do. I know you can't help me. The math is too difficult. I've been going to math lab. I've asked my teacher for extra help and it's been getting me nowhere. I think I need a tutor.
I had no idea. Don't worry. We'll try our best to help you. Why didn't you say anything sooner?
I'm ashamed of myself. I've disappointed you and Dad. I thought I could handle it all on my own, but I clearly can't anymore.
After dinner, I'm going to call Oxford Learning to see if they have any availability for you. This will probably be costly. Are you sure you're failing or having a difficult time with this one particular unit?
Mom, I haven't done well on any of the units this semester. My teacher, Ms. C, doesn't stop at any point for us to learn. I feel as if the pace is too quick for me. When I finally learn one procedure or lesson well, she's already moved on to a new topic.
Okay, I understand. We will work on this. That must have been awful. Did you actually end up getting a tutor after all? Do you feel as if tutoring helped you?
I did, but I can never recall or look back at any of the information that I learned. I never took math again after that point. I took the mixed math course in grade 11 only because it was compulsory and universities would still recognize it as a university-level course. I think our culture is overly focused on grades or scores. I never really cared about what I learned. I just cared to get a great grade. It's irrelevant whether students are actually taking anything or applying their own twist to learning anymore. The means to express knowledge learned are so narrow.
Beliefs about the nature of mathematics and how it is learned make moment-by-moment attention crucial too. We had tests practically every day. You think I learned anything? Nope. Some days I would even skip class. I dreaded attending math class especially. And of course, whenever I skipped class, I would be lost. I think that has to do with the fact that there needs to be a shift made from the traditional approach of teaching in mathematic instruction to a more problem-solving approach. Ms. C thought that by just demonstrating the problem that I would automatically assume understanding. Classes need to evolve as students develop, and when we monitor our students closely, we may notice that new needs emerge. How's that supposed to work?
This approach has been seen to be effective in Japanese schools, for example. Instructors view differences as a resource in the mathematics class, a resource both for students and for teachers. The differences within a group are beneficial because they allow a teacher to plan a lesson more completely. Educators also encourage students to struggle in the face of difficulty, sometimes offering hints to support students' progress.
That's different from any way of teaching I've ever seen or heard of before. So, what was tutoring like?
Hi Chris, I'm really nervous about how well I'll do in math. I can't fail this course.
Yeah, sure. Don't worry about it. As long as I'm getting paid, it won't make a difference to me whether you pass or fail.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. Why don't you take out your homework? Try get through it, and if you don't understand, just ask me questions. That will be the only time when I'll help you. I'm just going to sit here and watch you do your homework, reread the questions back to you, and explain something if I feel like it.
Huh? Pardon me.
Let's take a look at this week's algebra.
Wow, that's incredible. You didn't fail, right?
I didn't, but I still didn't do well enough. Hey Dad, how's it going?
Everything is going well. I heard you got your report card back. How were your grades?
Well, I got 98% in visual arts, 100% in photography, and 95% in religion.
How well did you do in math? Your mother and I spent so much on tutoring.
I got 70% in math.
Where's the other 30%? What a waste of money. You know, out of all the courses, math is the only one that counted.
Hey, at least you passed, and 70% is not a failure. You've got to have at least one good math experience. It's weird how your parents assumed that tutoring would completely fix the problem.
I know. Remember how I got promoted while working at Freshco?
Congratulations, Anna Maria. You've done so well with us here. You've been a cashier for such a short period of time. You've never disappointed me. You've learned so quickly as well. Your tale has always balanced, and you have been very dedicated to our workplace. You earned this position as an office clerk and supervisor. You are the youngest supervisor on our team.
Thank you so much, Marina. I hope I never disappoint you. I appreciate all the time and effort you put into training me. You never once let my questions go unanswered, judged me for my mistakes, and you've always been there to clarify for me. I was first a cashier, and because I did so well, they promoted me to office clerk and supervisor. I was responsible for handling thousands of dollars each day. Some days were good and some days were stressful, but it really helped me feel as if I could do math. I left Freshco feeling confident any job involving money and math would hire me afterwards.
That seemed like a pretty good gig. It's such a bummer they didn't pay you much, though.
I truly believe that the teacher is the key to student success, meaning that students' ability to learn mathematics can only happen if they are placed in caring hands. Marina really helped me understand that I was capable. I would not be defined by my past. My previous math experiences would not interfere with what I had learned. If I had a question or I was unsure, she would be there to guide me.
You'll be fine, Anna Maria. Just remain positive, influential, and use what you're learning in your past experiences towards your future.
It shouldn't matter how good of a teacher I am. The only way I will be effective as an educator will be if I facilitate and support mathematical learning through a variety of different means. Students should be able to create their own understandings. As all learn in different ways, I believe that a single or cookie-cutter way of teaching is not applicable or suitable to the needs of all individuals. In order to ensure that others are enabled and successful learners, I have learned that I must be sensitive and flexible in meeting the various needs presented before me. Individual strengths reside in the various intelligences that all people possess. It is vital as a member of a learning community to help students pursue their passions and support a learning environment that provides opportunities to work with strengths and address areas of need. As a future educator, I must facilitate learning experiences that are interesting, meaningful, and provide great opportunities for multi-skill development in a cross-curricular manner. It is important to be tactful and impactful when we plan for our students.
I completely agree. Now let's go shop to add to your professional wardrobe.